A double for short.
Nothing new.
In the acting, in the craft and art, forms are marked for death. Killing each other we call killing ourselves. Suicide against the law, that's why we feel in jail. Forgetful of the historical governmental drug sales. Nothing to prove, I just have better things to do, like grow in the field. Then open threats lead and cripple will. Parting the engine like crutches, I need to tend to the lives on the brink of combustion. Let them know that mine is distinct, positives and negations. Only trouble emanation for survival. Other rivals never shown until my moment. Now how is my warning? Torn, now it's on to the core revision. Like sifting through dirt for diamond, I value the soil like chipping through rock for gold. I'm tired of shining, successful through revisions. Like colonialism, but only for the chosen and top like authority. Destruction for the sins of a few like corruption. Former assumptions becoming more trusting like discussion. And mine must be an inside job. Connect with the wise to it, like the police do it. Seeking the roots of being, like schools of thought that I seen and heard from various movements like underground truants. Suspect criminal foolishness, like the look in my eyes, I'm cool with it. Used to the militants, old news like the newspaper business. Better means like trolley cars, before the bus buyout cars. A vehicle for the clashes at large, but he will lacks understanding like satellite tracking and jamming. When I don't know the scope of my power, I never obtain control of that power. Like souls that serve the disproportionate funds on reserve. Controls I learned, establish the thoughts I observe. Disguises merge, imminent separation due to the conditioning and effective defamation. Fixed on lies I've absorbed, disturbed by the accrual, except that I return with renewal. The question is, wasn't it ample enough, or just the system taking up space in the trunk? Trials and convictions, with results and afflictions. The fall of the empire is often more relentless than its rise. Essentials fortified like vitamins in my diet. Now everything is faster and on the fryer. Fast life is killing time like a timer. Broken glass is the sound of the send-off. The breaking the bread has to be more than visual. Promise makes for unknown residual. We could all end up dead by the time the morning come and the rise of the sun swiftly. I swore I foresaw another magnetic storm like 1860 on a sequence where the era is pitching as self-plagiarism sneaks in. Memories as though they were identical, infrequent. Ship shape now that I'm off the treatment. The cost of the decent human being lost to reason. They try to divide and conquer the brain. The master caused the class pain. Off on a tangent explaining. Underhanded when I'm blaming other facets. Coins and cashes to loins and clashes. Greatest spaces in the world, most of it traffic. Flip the mattress from beat to knowledge. Hatred to scholarship. Famous as ownership. Unstable or lower gifts. Now it's cribs and homeboys. It's child's play in reality. Difficulty is at its peak poise. At night we're at rest awaiting the noise to say we slept in. Who is coming off hard through appearance alone representing? Who is there that needs impression? Bored with the normal. Now in another form of turmoil. Nope. Never let jealousy take over your throat. You see me as the same as the next until you peak at fresh motive. And I've seen every man before and people in every town I've been though. And you can put that in your journal. Protege, pure metaphor though. You better go back to restraining your gaze around the thorough. Back before courage got leaked. Outdone, I might play you when you show weaker. That's what it is, and that's what it's to come. It's the deliberate one, already profiled a bit. Enemy of the state. Remember what they did to Fresh Prince? Destined to be great. That's why you listen to this. They have no place, so they're sick in the stomach. Killing over, you may plummet. Forget trying to recover, I'm staying at the summit. It took me years to get over nomenclature and stay with culture. I learned my breath where the air is thin. The elevated earn respect. Some of us confuse the specs. That's why they are ignored by the rest. Never shine on the population. Is it stare for love or hatred? Do you bear the burdens I taken? I dwell in the middle somewhere. Value your state, the condition, not the place. That's what they slated above the shakes. Method to madness to success. Now they investigating the souls I reject. Tough, but it's enough to muffle the struggle from shackle to muzzle. Under wrap shrapnel and fallout, awaiting to get called out. To express all clout, all out. Solo trip willing to risk it. Food, clothing, snacks, and particles. No attacks with forwarded religious articles. Insubordination makes you marginal. On your climb, you best to find a way to bide your time. Unworthy purposes of purge your services. Fast life aroma, replacing GED and diploma. Locked in a reform coma. Correct until you're judged, then you find out who really was. Basically, read up to combine with the practical much. And freedom doesn't always provide. Like detox, it ain't recovery. So recant with your revamp before you return to subtlety. Crime time and attitude on life are determining. Spread your arms and your fingers to touch the boundary. Needs are pendant like tenements. Everything you need is present except for getting settled in. Adjustment is for your benefit. What's the collective meaning? Segregated, discriminated, warranted, beaten. The years have been peaking, but the tears are still recent and require communication. Verbal warning is patience. Beware of the mental patient. Anybody can be a vagrant if they choose to make that sacred. Like the nations did the paper, erasing the nature of the maker. Don't turn the whole to Trader Joe's until there's total control of shape shifting. Waited like an anchor on the only globe in existence. Until you fold, honor there's still a code missing. Snakes constricted with late specifics. The oldest trick in the book of spatial recognition. Think about fate, it lacks definition. Hang-ups fade to faint, so you're either off the hook or you ain't. But lame duck is the same as the political position. Facing up to any off the chain when defending against the grain engine. Depending on if you're from the same mission, affected from the same every time the rain falls into